Alright lads, today we're taking a look at the premium NEBELWERFER in the Invasion of Normandy campaign for the German team. This vehicle is unlocked by purchasing either it separately or in a bundle by purchasing the Invasion of Normandy rocket bundle. The bundle gets you the Calliope for the American tree and the NEBELWERFER for the German tree. That pack costs you $60 or £49. You can buy them separately though, but you may as well buy them in a bundle if you do actually want to buy it. So lads, this is one of the newest premium vehicles available for the Germans, and it is certainly making a blast. Haha. Anyway, this tank comes equipped with 3 personnel, a commander, a gunner and a driver, so your survivability is pretty bad. The crew members are also pretty poorly equipped. They only come with a Wolfer PP, a knife and a tool repair kit. You can equip them with a submachine gun though, to make them a little bit more powerful if you do choose to get outside the vehicle. But my guess is you aren't purchasing this squad because you're interested in the performance of the crew members themselves. But if we take a closer look at the crew themselves, and they all come as rank 4, meaning that they have 5 crew points available. These crew skills are a 45% faster speed of gear shift. You can change the ammunition type without losing progress, which is ironic because there's only one type of ammunition, so great pick there, Gaijin. We also have improved targeting skills of a tank gunner. This basically allows you to traverse the turret faster than normal. We also have a plus 100% health regeneration outside of combat, as well as 50% health regeneration speed outside of combat as well, but you aren't going to be outside the vehicle, so again, pretty ridiculous. And we also have a 100% bonus to stamina regeneration. Again, you aren't going to be outside the vehicle, so half of these crew skills aren't really going to be doing anything at all. Anyway, the vehicle itself was basically one of the first MLRS systems, kind of like a unguided HIMARS, and it basically fires 35 kilo HE shells. Now, they're 158mm in diameter, so they do contain a lot of explosive filler. This gives them a very good splash radius, and you will get multi-kills pretty frequently with this thing. On top of the vehicle, we have 10 launch tubes. Each of these tubes contain 1 missile, but we do also have a full reload. So we have 10 missiles in the tubes and 10 in storage, for a total of 20 rounds fired. This is quite limiting. You do only have 20 shots in this vehicle before you will have to go back and reload, but it should be enough to get you quite a lot of kills in this thing. As I said, the splash damage is pretty insane. But if we take a quick look at this cutaway, we can see that the crew is pretty vulnerable. The driver and loader are located in the cab of the vehicle with pretty much no armor around them, but we'll get to that shortly. And the actual firer, or the gunner I guess, is located at the rear of the vehicle. And as you can see, you can't actually see in front of him. So in order to shoot this thing, you will have to traverse the turret to the sides or rear, but you can still fire the rocket from the commander sight, which does allow you to fire face on. But the commander's view is very limited, as I'm sure you'll see in the gameplay. But if we take a look at the armor, we can see that we only have 8mm thickness everywhere really, so you are going to get destroyed by pretty much anything that looks at you. Artillery is going to rip you to pieces as well as a single grenade. So while this is incredibly powerful in terms of its firepower, it's incredibly weak when it comes to its armor protection and survivability. So a literal definition of a glass cannon. There is one special secret of this tank though, and that is the commander's machine gun. Like many of the tanks in the German tech tree, we have an MG34 mounted on top of the commander's roof. This allows you to mow down enemy infantry if they're in front of you, and is surprisingly a very effective weapon. If you run out of main gun firepower, you can still use this to get a few kills, but I would recommend going back and getting a reload. And it's pretty much that simple. There's not really too much to this tank. You kind of point it in the direction of the enemy and then just hope you get some kills. It's got a very effective splash radius, as I said, but it is kind of just pointing quick and hope you actually get a kill. There's not really any way of really aiming the thing. You can go into the gunner's view and kind of aim it that way, but it's kind of sporadic. It's an unguided rocket from World War II, so it's never going to be that accurate. It's quite effective on the more wider open maps where you can kind of sit on a hill and shoot down at people. But because a lot of the maps in Normandy are quite restricted and quite narrow, there are certain maps where this thing just isn't really that useful, especially a lot of the city maps where you just get ambushed by infantry with satchel charges. So for the price of $60, I wouldn't really say that this is a worthy purchase in my opinion. To be honest, I think the best squad for the Invasion of Normandy campaign is the Premium Engineer squad. You can just use that thing to build up so many spawn beacons and stuff like that. It's kind of a gimmick, same as the Calliope really. It's not really a tank that you're going to be... It's not a foundational spawn vehicle, is it? It's not a vehicle that you need in order to have a good game. It's a little bit of fun. if you've got $60 that you want to throw away just to have a laugh, then it's a decent vehicle. I've had a lot of good results in it, but it's by no means necessarily to have fun. But it is kind of a waste of $60. There's a lot more effective premiums for a lot cheaper money. Anyway, lads, that's the video. Don't buy it if you're pretty short on cash, but if you're rich and you want to waste your money, then go for it. It's a nice little fun vehicle, but largely a gimmick. Anyway, lads, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing. And be sure to let me know down below in the comments what vehicle you'd like to see reviewed next. Thanks again for watching, lads, and I'll see you in the next review.